Hi, everybody. It's Alicia, and welcome to today's session of the Learning Tube. We are so excited that you are here today because we have a special guest for you. And this special guest is someone that I've known for, get this, are you ready for this? 21 years, 21 years, and he still talks to me. But his name is Dr. Stan Harris, but he's also known as Dr. Breakthrough. Come on, Dr. Breakthrough. I have seen Dr. Breakthrough present more times than I can count on my hands and toes, a dozen times over. And this man, every time he does present, he attracts so much positive energy from everybody that's in the room and listening to him, whether you're on Zoom or in person, but he also channels that to help everybody see their potential. He helps people rise to the next level. And that's why he's here today. He has come to Jamaica when we were there and did amazing events in Jamaica. I have been to his masterminds where people are chopping boards with their hands, right, Dr. Stan? And everything else in between. And I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of all of us for saying yes to coming on today. So we're excited to have you here. So thank you so much for coming on today. And I'm going to turn the stage over to you. But before I do, let's have everybody give you a warm welcome. Either hit those emojis or say welcome in the chat to Dr. Breakthrough. Come on, guys. Say welcome in the chat to Dr. Breakthrough. Dr. Breakthrough, the stage is yours. Take it away.
Wow. Thank you, Alicia. It's a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure to work with you, the AI queen. And I like to call you the little sister that makes a big difference. Oh, my goodness.
You.
I knew you when I had black hair.
It's been a while and it's been a great journey. So
it has.
A great journey, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. And I'll never forget the first time I spoke at the event and I was going to sell my mentors course. And you're like, no, Dr. Stan, Dr. Breakthrough, no, sell your course. I'm like, well, how do I do that? You took me back in your office and we put things together and the rest has been history. So I appreciate you. And I tell you, you're just an amazing human being. Seriously, though, you're adding so much value to so many people all across the world. And you just keep doing it year after year after year. And your smile is just infectious. And so God bless you. Thank you again for, all that you do, and your sister, the both of y'all together. Y'all like the dynamic duo. I appreciate it. So Nadia and I send y'all love and hugs.
Thank you. Thank you. Take it away.
Awesome. And thank you. All righty. Well, hey, everybody, we're going to talk to you for a few moments here. And man, I am so excited out of all the places and people I speak for and speak with. Whenever I'm with Alicia Little and the Learning Tube folks here, oh my goodness, that's one of my highlights. Why? Because I love people who love to learn. And as a matter of fact, my friend, I'm going to give you some things. We're going to talk about for a few moments here, how to break through and make 2025 the year that you really thrive. Now in the chat, I need you to talk to me. Who wants to, do you want to just survive in 2025 or do you want to really thrive in 2025? In the chat, talk to me. Who wants to just thrive? Just put just thrive, or who says no? I want to really. Excuse me. Who wants to just survive versus who wants to really thrive? In the chat, talk to me. Let me know, because I know I'm talking to the right group of people. But I just love to see that, and thank you very much for the interaction. And isn't it a great day to be alive? Right? I said, listen, one of my friends says every day above ground is a good day. And so this is a good day. I always count my days now. As of today, it's my 23,326th day on God's wake-up list. So we go to sleep and God's the one who wakes us up. And so I'm glad he woke me up and gave me another day. So we're going to talk to you again, how to break through, just 3 simple points. I don't even have any slides. I'm just going to give this to you. And I just want you to just write things down as they hit you. But how to break through and make 2025 the year that you really thrive. And here's the thing, my friend, you have to understand this. Life, listen, my friend, listen, life is yours for the taking. Now, life, write this down, life, L-I-F-E, live in freedom every day. Life, live in favor every day. So in the chat, talk to me. Who wants to live life, L-I-F-E, live in favor or live in freedom every day. And I tell you, I just love this. My wife, Nadia, I call her my ABCD, and that stands for Adorable Brown Caramel Delight. We love doing life together. And I tell you what, so we're looking forward to this next year. So how in the world, how do you break through? And by the way, how did I even get the name Dr. Breakthrough? And I got to always give a disclaimer because, sometimes people are like, man, who's this guy with these titles? Well, first of all, I didn't give myself the name Dr. Breakthrough. I was speaking many years ago with Willie Jolly. Now it's Dr. Willie Jolly. He wasn't doctor back then, but we were speaking at Howard University. And I'll never forget, a lot of times when I do my presentations, I'll break boards or bricks with things written on them like fear, procrastination, doubt. And I'll demonstrate to the audience how all these things are hard. With enough force, focus, and training, you could break right through it, right? So anyway, so Dr. Willie Jolly said to me, he said, Dr. Stan, he said, man, I know you got a PhD in martial arts. You've got a doctorate in divinity and a few credits away from a doctor of naturopath. That's about helping the body to get healthy without medication. He said, man, branding's everything today. He said, you know what? He said, man, you explain breakthrough better than anybody I know. And he said, man, when you do your demonstrations, you demonstrate it better than anybody I know. And he said, so it's like a person goes to a doctor and the doctor writes out a prescription and they follow the prescription, get better. He said, you're the guy when somebody needs a breakthrough, you're the guy with the prescription. He said, you should be called Dr. Breakthrough. So I said, man, I appreciate your kind words. I'm not sure it's true, but I promise you one thing. I'll live the rest of my life to make sure it is. And so my friend, so that's what we've been doing is stuck. And so now we've been in all 50 states, 28 countries, empowering people to break through the barriers that try to hinder their success. And so one of the things that I love to do is, first of all, I myself keep having more and more breakthroughs. My goal is to have bigger and better breakthroughs, right? So bigger and better breakthroughs. That's all. I'll just keep going bigger and better and bolder breakthroughs, right? And so I love teaching and empowering other people as well. And so I'm going to empower you, my friend. If you're ready to thrive, I mean, not just survive, but thrive in 2025, you're ready to break through and really thrive, then I'm gonna give you 3 simple things, my friend, and I'll let you go. Number 1, if you want to learn how to break through and really thrive in 2025, I prescribe, number 1, prepare for it. Prepare for it. You see, here's what you got to understand. Performance will rarely exceed that what you did in preparation. So again, preparation is more important than performance because rarely will performance exceed that what you did in preparation. What am I saying? If you don't start preparing now to have a thriving 2025, then it's not going to happen by happenstance. As a matter of fact, did you ever notice this? Well, think about it this way. I got a little talk I do called Attack or Be Invaded. I won't give that to you now, but just a little piece of it. Attack or be invaded. For instance, if you plant, get this now, if you plant different seeds, you're going to get a harvest, right? So think about this. I can give you all kinds of things. If you plant, you're going to eventually get a harvest. Well, what if you don't plant anything? Then what will you get? And people usually say, well, nothing. Well, that's not true. If you don't plant, guess what? You get weeds. So in other words, my friend, you either have to be attacking, you have to go after it, you have to be preparing for it, or you're going to be invaded. In other words, if you don't plant good seeds, if you don't plant good thoughts, if you don't plant a good preparation, if you don't plant good strategies to thrive in 2025, then guess what, my friend? Then you're going to have a mundane 2025. Nobody wants that, my friend. So number 1, you got to prepare for it. And I love Jim Rohn. I used to travel and speak with him before he went on to heaven, but he used to put it this way. He'd say a formal education will help you make a living, but personal development and personal education will help you make a fortune. Wow. Wow. Let me say that again. He said a formal education will help you make a living, but personal development and personal education will help you make a fortune. Well, now that he's in heaven, I now, Dr. Breakthrough says, and why not make a fortune so you can be blessed to be a blessing to others? Here's what I'm saying. The largest room in the world is the room for personal development. So if you're going to grow, get this now, if you're going to thrive, get this now in 2025, get this, you have got to get this, prepare. And the best way to prepare is by personal development, like getting on a Zoom like this, being part of the learning tube. I mean, you all are already doing that. That's powerful, but I want you to write something down. And this, oh my goodness, this is going to really help you. When I'm talking about preparing, I'm talking about you got to learn to see it before it happens. Okay, preparation, you got to learn to see it before it happens. Question, I talk about my book, How to Build a Big Team Fast. And by the way, Les Brown wrote in this and several others. How to build not how to build a big team fast. Your breakthrough is guaranteed. One of the things I wrote in here is that a building, get this now, a building is built how many times? And I say it's built 3 times. Okay, 3 times. Now, number one, it's built in the mind of the person that's building or going to erect it. It's first of all, it's in the mind. And then secondly, it's put on paper. We call that what? Blueprints. And then thirdly, it's finally what? Erected or constructed so everybody else can see. So in the book, I was talking about how when Disney World was finally finished, several people, they said, man, it's so beautiful. It's so ornate. Isn't it a shame that Walt Disney didn't live long enough to see it? Well, his brother-in-law happened to be there in the vicinity, and his brother-in-law said, what are y'all talking about? Walt saw this a long time before any of us saw it. What was he saying? He was saying to see, Walt saw it in his mind. It was in his mind a long time, and then he transferred it to a blueprint, and then from the paper of the blueprint, they hired some people to construct it so everybody else can see what he had already seen. If you're going to thrive, listen, you ready to break through and thrive in 2025, then you got to prepare for it. So I need you to start seeing in your mind in the areas you want to thrive. Do you want to have more speaking engagements than ever before? Do you want to make more income than ever before? Listen, whatever it is, I need you to see it in your mind. See, in the martial arts, by the way, I retired many years ago as a heavyweight champion with Karate World Rating System. As a matter of fact, I was still participating back when I first met Alicia. And but here's one of the things we would do. In the martial arts, before we would compete in our competitions, we would sit down and, again, meditation, some people, there's different forms, but the meditation that we did was seeing it happen in our mind. We would sit down, close our eyes, and we would meditate. In other words, what I would do was I would see my opponent trying to strike at me with a punch, and I'd block and then strike back. I would see my opponent trying to kick at me and me blocking, striking back, kicking back, whatever. And in my mind, I would see it different scenarios over and over and over and over again. And as a matter of fact, my friend, here's the thing. I did it so often, we did it so many times that when it came time for competition, it actually happened many times exactly the way I saw it in my mind. So I'm telling you, my friend, if you want to listen, if you're ready to break through, my friend, and to not just survive, but thrive in 2025, then one of the things you have to do is you have to prepare. And part of your preparation is you have to see yourself, my friend, succeeding. You have to see yourself thriving. You have to see that relationship thriving. You got to see you speaking. You got to see more clients coming your way. You got to see so many clients that you have to turn them away. As a matter of fact, there's a book that I read called Psycho-Cybernetics many years after, what we did in the martial arts. I'm like, wait a minute. This book is talking about what we did in the martial arts. And in the book, they talked about 2 basketball teams, and one team was instructed to practice very hard physically. The other team was instructed to practice in their mind mostly and just minimally touch a basketball. But in their mind, they would see themselves dribbling down the court. In their mind, they would see themselves shooting and the ball going in. In their mind, they would see their opponent getting the ball, and they would see themselves stealing the ball. I mean, and they would sit down and close their eyes, and the coach would walk them through, and they would see it over and over and over again. So here's what I'm telling you, my friend. This is very simple. But I'm telling you, it separates the men from the boys. It separates the women from the girls. It separates those who thrive from those who are just survive. And that is, my friend, you got to learn to see it. You got to learn to prepare for it by seeing it, by meditating, my friend, by taking time out of your day now to see what you want to happen and what you want to have. Listen, my friend, any great sports person, any person that's accomplished a lot, they will tell you that they saw it in their mind before they saw it in time. So you got to first see it in the mind, and then you can see it in time. Come on, somebody put that in the chat. So you got to first see it in your mind before you see it in time. Come on, in the chat, talk to me. Do you know in your mind, in your imagination, you can go right now to 2025? In your imagination, you can go to 2026. In your imagination, see, there's no boundaries in your imagination. In your imagination, you can make as much money as you want. In your imagination, you can have as great as relationships as you want. In your imagination, you can accomplish things that you never. I'm saying, my friend, the way to thrive, if you're going to break through and thrive in 2025, then number one, you got to prepare for it. So in your preparation, you're going to see it, okay? You're going to see it. Listen, how many of you women have had a baby? And how many of you visualized the baby or visualize you getting pregnant before you ever got pregnant and you having a family before you ever had a family? How do you visualize being married before you ever met that person, special person? Or maybe like some men like me, you visualize being married to this beautiful queen. And listen, and now I'm married to a woman more beautiful than it was in my dreams, right? But I'm saying, but you got to learn to dream. And by the way, my acronym for dream, DREAM, divinely revealed event awaiting manifestation. Ooh, somebody should write that down. Dream, divinely revealed event awaiting manifestation. Now, sometimes the problem is some people just dream all the time. No, you can't just dream. You got to wake up and work to make your dreams come true. But you got to start with a dream. It's free to dream, my friend. It just takes a little time. So, my friend, are you ready to break through and thrive? Because in your mind, guess what? There's no limits. In your mind and in your imagination, that's the power of this beautiful thing called imagination, my friend, that you can imagine, you can see things. And in your preparation and seeing things, my friend, you literally are setting it up to happen. Your mind is like becoming like a magnet. And the more that you see it, and by the way, I hate to tell you this, but in your preparation, you got to also prepare, watch this now, to discipline your disappointments. Ooh, let me say it again. I said, again, three simple things. Prepare is the first one, but under preparation, not just see it, but you also got to prepare to discipline your disappointments. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. When you set high dreams, high goals, and high aspirations, it's not going to happen overnight. And so here's what happens. We oftentimes, on our way to succeeding, we fail. Now, some people think that failure is the opposite of success. No, failing is one of the greatest foundations and building blocks for success. See, people that have lasting success are those who fail and they get, again, and fail, FAIL, has been said, first attempt in learning. Ooh, come on, let me say it again. Come on in the chat, somebody write that down for me. Fail, FAIL, first attempt in learning. See, my friend, see, failing is like Rocky told his son, Rocky Balboa, the boxer. He said, son, it doesn't matter how hard you can hit. Listen carefully. It matters how hard you can hit, go down, and still get back up. Come on now, let me say it again. He said, listen, son, I want you to understand something. Work out all you want to, but it doesn't matter how hard you can hit. What matters, what really matters, is that how hard you can get hit, go down, but still get back up. So in your preparation, my friend, see, here's the reason why many people fail. Because when they prepare and when they in their mind, when they visualize everything going exactly right. No, part of your visualization, you have to see things not going right, but you reworking it and being so resilient that you make it right. Come on now. So watch this. So again, it's not about how hard you can hit. It's not about how well you can dream. It's not about how well you can imagine. It's not about how well you can meditate and see it happening. No, really true success is the ability, my friend, to get knocked down and just get back up. It was Winston Churchill that said it best. Winston Churchill said, true success has gone from failure to failure without losing any of your enthusiasm. Ooh, let me say it again. He said, true success, it's the result of going from failure to failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. Why? Because, my friend, in order for you to succeed massively, you're going to have to break through barriers. You're going to, and listen, I like what Steve Jobs said, you have to love what you do so much. He said, if you don't love it, Don't even do it. Why? Because there's so many barriers you'll have to break through. There's so many times you'll get knocked down that you have to get back up, that if you don't really love it, what you're doing, if you're not really committed to it, my friend, then you will fail. And so, my friend, in your preparation, see it, but in your preparation, see yourself failing, but getting back up. And I was telling somebody said to me, they said, man, you're pretty competitive. I'm like, no, I'm not competitive. I'm a champion. And they said, well, what do you mean? I said, there's a big difference between a competitor and a champion. And they said, what's the difference? Matter of fact, would you like me to tell you the difference between a competitor and a champion? In the chat? Come on, let me see. You really want to know? Say, yes, sir. Say, I want to know. Say, what's the difference, Doc? In the chat. Come on. Say, what's the difference? All righty, here you go. Ready? The difference is this: competitors compete, champions win. Write that down. Write that down. I said competitors, they just compete, but champions, we actually win, my friend. And so again, I'm telling you, listen, if you're going to thrive, if you're going to break through and thrive in 2025, then you got to prepare. And part of your preparation, like I said, you got to see it, but part of preparation, you got to see yourself failing, but you got to see yourself being resilient and getting back up. Nobody who ever succeeds massively just flat out succeeds. No, my friend, you got to go through the trials. You got to go through the hard times. As a matter of fact, in the martial arts, as a grand master, I tell people one of the greatest difference between the new person and the grand master is that the grand master, we have failed more times than the student ever thought of attempting. Let me say that again. I said we have failed, quote unquote, more times than the student ever thought of attempting. So you just got to stick on. You just got to stay in the fight, my friend. You see, when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, and the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. If care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a struggler turns about. When they might have won it, they stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Success is failure. Turn inside out. The silver tint of the cloud of doubt, and you never can tell how close you are. Victory may be near, though it seems afar. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you just mustn't quit. So I'm telling you, my friend, if you're going to get this now, if you want to break through and really thrive in 2025, then you got to prepare. You got to see it in your preparation, but you got to be prepared that, listen, my friend, things aren't going to always go the way we plan. See, we think we start here and we end up here and we're successful. No, you start here and you end up, you go and then you and then you up and then up and then you up and finally you come up. So again, my friend, just be resilient. Say, I'm just going to keep on keeping on. Matter of fact, here's 3 words that'll help you. You got to learn to say, I will until. Ooh, come on, somebody. I said you got to learn to say, I will until. In the chat, someone put that down. Say, I put your name there. I will. So Dr. Breakthrough will until. Come on now. I will until. Whatever your name is. That's right. Okay. I said, now put your name there. That's right. There you go. All righty. That's right. That's right. That's right. See, just say Adrian will until, right? I will until, but put your name there. Amber will until. Come on, put your name in there. That's right. Angel, will until. Barbara, I will until. See, when you have that kind of commitment, I'm telling you, my friend, then you'll be able to break through and you'll thrive in 2025. You know why, my friend? Because your mind is made up. So here's the key. In your preparation, again, the focus has to be on what you want to break to. You know, in my breakthrough training, I teach people one of the secrets of why most people that want a breakthrough, that deserve a breakthrough, that desire a breakthrough, but they never get a breakthrough. Would you like to know the secret and the reason why? Come on, in the chat. Say yes. Would you like to know why a lot of people desire a breakthrough? They deserve a breakthrough. They'd love to get a breakthrough, but they don't get a breakthrough. There's one secret, a reason why. Okay, here it is. Are you ready? Because they focus on what they want to break through. You say, wait a minute, Dr. Breakthrough. You just said they don't get their breakthrough because no, listen, to get a breakthrough, when we're focused on breaking through something, that means we're frustrated. That means we think we should be making more money, and so we're frustrated. We're trying to break through. That means we think we should have a bigger business, and we're frustrated. We're trying to break through. Listen, listen. What you focus on the longest becomes the strongest. So successful people, we don't focus on trying to break through something. Here it is. Here's the secret. We focus on breaking to something. So when you focus on breaking to something, you automatically break through something. Like, for instance, my friend, I've taught more people I broke more boards and bricks than any man alive. And I've taught more people how to break a board or brick than any man alive. And one seminar, as a matter of fact, not long after I met Alicia, I did a seminar in Dallas, and we had 110 people there. And I had each of them underneath their chair, there was a board. And I told them, I said, by the end of this seminar, each one of you are going to break that board. And they looked down, grabbed that board, and they looked at it like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I did my demonstration, breaking boards and breaking bricks. And I laid on a bed of nails and put 150 pounds of bricks in my stomach. And God broke it off with a sledgehammer, right, while I'm laying on the razor sharp nails. And so anyway, I'm doing all this and I'm speaking to them. And then I get done. I'm like, okay, now we're ready to break the board. Who's ready? And there's 110 people looking at me like, and all of a sudden, this lady way in the back raised her hand, and this lady was 81 years of age. And she said, young man, if nobody else will do it, I'll do it. And I'm like, no, I'm not exaggerating. 81, this old lady, I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get sued. You know, she's gonna break her hand. I was like, wait a minute, what am I thinking like this for? No, 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 no. And by the way, anybody know when a woman's got her mind made up, you better just get out the way, right? So I was like, listen, let me just work with her. And so I showed her a few things, and then I put that board, but I had two bricks, put the board going across. And here's one of the secrets I told the lady. I said, don't even aim at the board. I put my hand 3 inches below the board. I said, I just want you to hit my hand. Don't even forget the board exists. Instead of trying to break through the board, I want you to break to my hand. Just focus on my hand and just hit my hand. And I gave her some, think about something to get you upset. And then you yell right when you hit it. And then again, you're going to aim at my hand. So guess what, my friend? When she did that, as a matter of fact, I don't even know if you could see that on there. They happened to get a picture. You see my hand down beneath, and the 81-year-old lady hit my hand. When she broke to my hand, guess what? She automatically broke through the board. Now, when that 81-year-old lady broke through the board, what do you think happened to the rest of the people in the room? They came running up like, okay, here, I'm ready now. Why? They said, man, if an 81-year-old woman could do it. But again, the secret was I helped them, again, to break through the doubts in their mind. And they saw somebody who did it. But the key was she didn't try to break the board. She just hit my hand. And guess what? There was a little 8-year-old boy that was there. And he said to his dad, he said, Dad, can I please do one also? Can I? And so I had extra board left. And that little boy, let's see, what is this, page 65. This little boy came up and the same thing. I put my hand down underneath and he hit that board and broke through the board. Here's what I'm saying, my friend, in your preparation and seeing something, you got to listen. If you're going to have a breakthrough and thrive in 2025, you got to focus on what you want to break to. What type of extra income do you want to make for this year? You got to figure and focus on breaking to that, my friend. It's not breaking through something, it's breaking to something. And when you break to something, you automatically break through something. Is this helping anybody in the chat? Talk to me. Yes, yes, yes. And by the way, write this down. Sometimes the only difference between frustration and fruitfulness, sometimes the only difference between frustration and fruit. Some of you might be frustrated, a little frustrated right now. Hey, listen, there's just a little difference sometimes between frustration and fruitfulness. Sometimes it's just a little tweak. I just gave you a little tweak, right? Instead of trying to break through stuff, focus on breaking to something. When you focus on breaking to something, you automatically break through something, right? Sometimes it's just a little tweak, the only difference between frustration and fruition. Sometimes it's more training, like you're getting now. It's more training. That's why every time you can get on these learning tools, every time if you can't make it, get the replay. Sometimes, again, it's a little tweak, but sometimes it's more training. And sometimes, number 3, is just a test of time. It's just a test of time, right? I mean, if you take a piece of charcoal and a piece of diamond, the only difference is the diamond was once a charcoal, but it passed the test of time and endured the pressure. See, some of you doing the right thing, but guess what? You just got to keep on keeping on. You just got to keep on, my friend. Keep focused, Focus, fixated on creating ultimate success. Focus. I said fixated on creating ultimate success. So again, my friend, if you're ready to break through and thrive in 2025, I said, first of all, you got to prepare for it. Number two, you got to proclaim it. Oh my goodness, I got to get ready to get closing out here. Number one, prepare for it. Number two, proclaim it. Now watch this. When I say proclaim it, again, Muhammad Ali was one of my favorite characters. You know, growing up, my main mentors was Bruce Lee, Muhammad Ali, and my mommy, all the Lee brothers and sisters. so I love that, you know, Muhammad Ali, what he said, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Well, I say float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's why they call me Dr. Stan Lee. But anyway, no, serious though. Muhammad Ali got a great quote, but most people, they heard the first part, but they haven't really heard the most powerful part. He said, I said I was the greatest. Well, that's pretty good, but that's not the real part. Here's the real good part. He said, I said I was the greatest a long time before I ever believed it. Now, wait a minute. What? See, watch this, my friend. Again, if you're going to succeed, get this now, if you're going to break through and really thrive in 2025, you can't just see it, prepare for it and see it, but you got to, number two, proclaim it and say it. You got to proclaim it and say it, my friend. And so here's what he said. He said, I said I was the greatest. Watch this. A long time before I ever believed it. Listen, so you got to start. You say it's November now. I know you got to start, not just prepare for it by seeing it, but now proclaim it by saying it right now that I'm going to break through and thrive in 2025. Come on, in the chat. Somebody declare that. Say, I'm going to break through. I'm committing to breaking through. I'm going to break through and thrive in 2025. See, Muhammad Ali, again, he said, I said it a long time before I believed it. In other words, he didn't believe it, but he wanted to. So he started saying what he wanted to believe because he figured if he said it long enough and if he said it loud enough, he would start hearing himself. And if you hear it long enough, you maybe start believing it. And when you believe it, you start behaving based on that. Wow, wow, wow. So how long is a long time? I don't know. Is it 2 months? I don't know. Is it 2 years? I don't know. But I know one thing. He said I was the greatest a long time before I ever believed it. And listen, and that goes with the scripture in the Bible that says he calleth those things which be not as though they were. I like to say, I call those things which be not until they are. I'm going to just keep calling it. See, first you got to prepare it by seeing it. And then, my friend, you got to proclaim it by saying it. And again, my friend, listen, say it over and over again. And so real quick, I want you to write this down. I shall not die, nor just survive, but rather break through and really thrive in 2025. I shall not die, nor just survive, get this now, but break through and really thrive in 2025. Let me explain that to you, but I need you to write that, everybody, before I'm done. I need you to text that, put that in the, write it down, but put it in the chat. Again, I shall not die, nor just survive, but rather break through and really thrive in 2025. When you say, we don't know when we're going to live and when we're going to die. I mean, Doc, what do you mean? I'm not talking about physically dying. Nobody can know that. By the way, when it's our turn to go, good health, bad health, we're going to go. But here's what I'm saying. A lot of people have died. They just haven't laid down. They died 10 years ago, but they haven't laid down yet. In other words, they just given up on life. Anybody know what I'm talking about? People just giving up on life. Just, had so many hard things, so many things happen. They just give up. And it's like they're dead. They're just, haven't laid down. But so when I'm saying I shall not die, I'm talking about I'm not gonna die on my dreams. I'm not gonna die on my aspirations. No, I'm gonna give it everything I have. So no, I'm not gonna die, and I'm not get this now, and I'm not just gonna survive. Some folks, they just barely making it from day to day. Hey, yes, how you doing? I'm just hanging in there. Hanging in there, man. Why hang when you can climb? Come on, somebody. So again, in the chat, put that down. I shall not die, nor just survive, but rather break through and really thrive in 2025. Again, my friend, you got to prepare, you got to see it, but then you got to proclaim, you got to say it, my friend. And if Muhammad Ali, when he died, guess what they called him? The greatest. So guess what, my friend? You can start declaring some stuff now, and literally they're starting to find out that when we speak, to some degree, it has creative power, and your words don't create something, but your words create the faith that allows you to create the thing to make it happen. So say it, my friend. I know some people's like, well, I'm afraid. I don't, so many people, they overpromise and underdeliver. So good people, they try to underpromise so they can overdeliver. But no, Dr. Breakthrough, I promise big and deliver even bigger. Ooh, come on, let me say it again. I said, too many people, they overpromise and underdeliver. So well-meaning people try to underpromise so they can overdeliver. No. But Dr. Breakthrough, what we do is we, get this now, we speak big and deliver even bigger. So again, I'm telling you, my friend, my alarm clock, matter of fact, it went off earlier. Now I'm in Central Standard Time. Some of you are on Eastern. It's 1:30 here. So at 2:25 my time, my alarm goes off. And when my alarm, and it's set to go off every day. And by the way, some of you may want to do this. I'm leveraging my technology for my breakthrough. My alarm clock goes off. I set it, and it goes off at 2:25. And when it goes off, I say, I shall not die, nor just survive, but rather break through and really thrive in 2025. That's right. So listen, my alarm clock, again, I set it on my phone, and at 2:25, it's going to go off. And when it goes off, no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to stop for a minute. And I'm going to say, I shall not. Now, if nobody's around, I'm going to say it out loud. Why? Because when you say it out loud, you can hear it, right? I shall not die, nor just survive, but rather I will break through and really thrive in 2025. Come on, in the chat. Who's going to set their alarm clock and do that with me? Come on, in the chat. Who's going to set your alarm clock so it can go off at 2:25? See, 2:25 reminds me of 2025, right? So 2:25, that goes off and it reminds me. And so I quote that. There you go. That's right. That's right. So proclaim it and learn to say it. Again, it's your time. It's your time. See, I shall not die, nor just survive, but rather break through and really thrive in 2025. By the way, real quick, man, time flies when you're having fun. But in life, it's about sales. Write this down, by the way. Listen carefully. Selling isn't everything, but everything is enhanced by selling. Ooh, let me say it again. I said selling isn't everything, but everything is enhanced by selling. So in selling is not just things. Selling is selling yourself on ideas and concepts. So guess what, my friend? I had to stop selling myself on what I couldn't do. I had to stop selling myself on my limiting beliefs, and I had to start selling myself on my limitless success. As a matter of fact, ooh, I got something good for you. Ooh, write this down. Lifetime learners. Okay, y'all ready to write now? Lifetime learners who implement immediately will become limitless earners. Wow. Wow. Here you are on the learning too. Congratulate, give yourself a hand. See, you got to maintain and say, I'm going to be a lifetime learner. Watch this. Because lifetime learners who implement immediately will eventually become limitless earners. Who's ready to become a limitless earner in the chat? Say, I am. Are you ready to become a limitless earner? Okay, well, guess what? You first got to sow the seeds. You got to plant the harvest. First, you got to do is what? You got to commit to being a lifetime earner that implements immediately. Remember, I just told you, set your alarm for 2:25. Did you do it right now? Right now, stop and set your alarm for 2:25 and let it go off every day. Or maybe if you're at work at this time, maybe you can set it and then it goes off, just have it on silent or something, right? But when it goes off, but find something. Every time you hear somebody teach, every time you hear a lesson, listen, find at least one main thing that you can take from that and do it immediately. Again, people that are lifetime learners and implement immediately will eventually become limitless earners. And if you want to be a limitless earner, you got to learn to implement immediately as you commit to being a lifetime learner. How many of you are lifetime learners in the chat? Say, I am. Who's a lifetime learner? Who say, listen, I'm gonna keep learning. I'm gonna keep showing up. Every time I can learn, I'm gonna read me books. I'm gonna come to seminars and attend Zooms. listen, and I'm not just going to listen. I'm not just going to be a lifetime learner. I'm going to get this now, implement immediately so I can set myself up to be a limitless earner. All right, let me give you the last point. I got to close here. Okay, so if you're going to break through and thrive in 2025, first of all, I said you got to prepare for it. You got to see it. You got to then proclaim it. You got to say it. And then number three, my friend, I'm gonna let you go. You got to partner to achieve it. So first you got to prepare for it. Number two, you got to proclaim it. But number three, you got to partner to achieve it. See, here's what you got to understand. We may not have it all together, but together we have it all. Come on, somebody. So listen, that's the beautiful thing about my beautiful wife. See, she's got strengths in areas that I don't have. So we come together and make this team. Now, watch this, my friend. Now her strengths compensate for my weaknesses, and my strength compensate for her weaknesses. So when you got a team, TEAM, you've heard the acronym, Together Each Achieves More. Well, my acronym for team, TEAM, together everyone accumulates money. Come on now. So you have to learn to partner. See, you got to learn to surround yourself. One of our greatest desires is to surround ourselves with someone or group of someones who can empower us to do, be, and have what we secretly know we can become and achieve. You know deep in the heart, your heart of hearts, God made you to be a champion. You know, listen, my friend, you're too blessed to be broke. You know, my friend, there's a whole lot more that you can have in life. So guess what? So sometimes it's our divine alignments that empower us to fulfill our purposeful assignment. In other words, we got this big assignment, but we can't fulfill it by ourselves. So we have to connect. We have to partner so we can achieve it. And that's why, my friend, in this day and age, the power of networking, the power of collaboration, the power of having mentors. I mean, it'll change your life for the rest of your life. So, mentorship is the fastest, easiest, most reliable way of mentoring any skill. As a matter of fact, when you think of mentors, it was Socrates that mentored Plato, and then Plato mentored Aristotle. It was Aristotle who mentored Alexander the Great, and then Andrew Carnegie mentored Napoleon Hill, who wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill mentored W. Clement Stone, and then W. Clement Stone had mentored Jack Canfield, one of the co-authors of the billion-dollar book series Chicken Soup for the Soul. It was Benjamin Graham who mentored Warren Buffett, and then, of course, Warren Buffett has mentored millions. I love what Warren Buffett said. He said, you will work until you die unless you learn to make money in your sleep. So you got to partner, get this now, you got to partner with systems, leveraging systems and tools that can create income even while you're sleeping. And the more you hang around Alicia, I'm telling you, she'll hook a brother, hook a sister up now. But listen, my friend, Moses in the Bible mentored Joshua, and then Joshua mentored 3 million Israelites. It was Elijah who mentored Elisha, and then Elisha mentored this widow woman who lost her husband, was about to lose her children to the debtors, and he literally helped her to start her own home-based business, and she paid off her debts and lived the rest of her life on the profits. It was Paul that mentored young Timothy, and Jesus then who mentored the disciples and said, the works that I do shall you do also, and greater works, meaning the mentee can not just do what the mentor has done, the mentee can double what the mentor has done. See, that's what I'm telling you, my friend. You got to learn to say, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to just survive, but I'm going to break through and really thrive in 2025. And listen, my friend, and I'd love to be one of your mentors because your breakthrough comes faster when one of your mentors is a minister and 10th degree black belt grandmaster. And so listen, one of the most powerful breakthroughs, my friend, is when you beat the bullies on your brain. The bully that says, no, you can't. The bully that says, oh, no, you're not educated enough. The bully on your brain of low esteem. Listen, breakthroughs occur when you beat the bullies on your brain. And you got to learn to break through those bullies, my friend. And that's one reason why I wrote a thing. It's called The Difference Between a Broken versus Breakthrough Woman or Man. And I'm just going to close with this, but each and every one of you, listen carefully. Each and every one of you, listen. You say, but Dr. Breakthrough, you don't know me. I'm broken in life right now. Well, listen, my friend, listen, broken crayons still color. Come on, somebody. And guess what? If you're broken, guess what? If you're at the bottom, then that means the only place to go is go up. So again, you can start again the same thing. You can prepare for it. You can proclaim it. And then, my friend, you can partner to achieve it, my friend, and to connect with other powerful people, my friend, that can help you. See, competition, that's down here. That's the way of the jungle. That's dog eat dog. And that fosters cruelty. And so most people still do business that way. It's competition. They got to try to outdo somebody. And so when you're competing with people, then you don't want to teach them what you know because you're afraid they may surpass you. See, that's competition, the way of the jungle. That's the lowest realm. A higher level is cooperation. That's the way of civilization. Now, down here, competition, the way of the jungle, that fosters cruelty. But up here, cooperation, the way of civilization, that still fosters compromise because sometimes you're like, well, I can't be all of me because I don't want to make so and so intimidator. No, no, no. So the top level is collaboration. That's the way of the kingdom. And that's the fastest, easiest success. And that fosters completeness. So just like on my hand, this finger can be totally different than the thumb and totally different. But guess what? But all of them together, listen, they come together and now we can do more and reach more. Why, my friend? Because of the power of collaboration. And so, my friend, as I close with this, I want you to know I believe in you. And so if you're broken right now, guess what? You can make a decision because I've been broken throughout times of my life. Listen, Alicia's been broken in times of her life. Everybody you look up to has had times when they've been broken. But guess what? They decided not to stay down. So you're going to either be a broken or breakthrough woman or man. You can make the decision. So here it goes. I refuse to be a settled or broken woman or man. It's my right and choice to focus on being a breakthrough woman or man. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state, our job, or some other individual take care of me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail if I have to until I succeed. I refuse to live from month to month, robbing Peter to pay Paul. I prefer the challenge of life instead of the quote unquote guaranteed existence of so called security. I'd rather experience the thrill of fulfillment than the comfort zone of familiarity. I would never bow to any master or disaster, nor bend to any threat. It's my heritage to stand erect, unstoppable, unafraid, boldly, full of faith, and say, with the help of God, this I have done and will continue to do because it's my time to shine. It's breakthrough time. And everybody on here, my friend, I want you to know I believe in you. So listen, don't die and don't just survive, but break through and really thrive in 2025. Take these three things, my friend, implement them. They'll change your life for the rest of your life. Who's ready? Who's ready to say, I'm going to break through and thrive in 2025? So God bless you. Thank you. As a matter of fact, I've got a free gift for each and every one of you. It's called my daily attitude adjuster. My time is out. I don't have time to go through it, but it's just a 3-minute set to music daily attitude adjuster. I'm also going to give you a free webinar that I did called The Art of Selling Without Selling, or How to Sell Without Being a Sellout. Because again, I used to always sell myself on I can't, I'm not this, I'm not that, I can't this, I can't. And now every day I sell myself on yes, I can, yes, I will, I'm a champion. I sell myself. As a matter of fact, the link's right there in the chat. You can see there and grab those freebies. And by the way, anybody is eligible to get that. And even if you want to let other people know about it, they can get that, my friend. And again, my daily attitude adjuster, I just give you a little taste of it. It goes a little bit like this. Wow, what a great day to be alive. I feel dynamite. I like me. I accept me. I love me. I'm going to have a super fantastic day today because I'm too blessed to be depressed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I'm too glad to be sad, too anointed to be disappointed, too elated to be agitated. I'm too legit to quit. I'm too grounded to be confounded, too grateful to be hateful, too gifted to be restricted, and too good to be withstood. Business is booming. Checks are zooming. I'm happy on purpose. Anyway, I go through like 3 minutes in that bull. By the time I'm done, I'm like, it ends up by saying, watch out, world. Here I come. So that's my gift. Go to that link, get it free, pass it out to everybody you know. And then the webinar on the art of selling without selling, how to sell without being a sellout. And listen, my friend, and then start selling yourself. Listen, what I've been doing for the last 45 minutes, I've been selling you on the ideal that you can break through and really thrive in 2025. So you pick it up from now. Takes one person, one decision, one action to change your life forever. You are that person. You must decide and you must take action. I'm that person. I decided, I'm taking action, and I believe in you. God bless you. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you, Dr. Breakthrough. That was indeed a powerful presentation. Can everyone thank Dr. Stan Breakthrough in the chat? Did you enjoy his presentation? How are we feeling? Are we feeling great?
I feel like breaking through and thriving in 2025.
Yes, sir. Everyone, look at the chat exploding. Everyone appreciated that. We all needed that, right? So thank you, Dr. Stan, for coming through. We hope to have you again soon. Thank you everyone for joining us today on the Learning Tube, and see you all in the next session. Bye.
Bye-bye. God bless you.